I've got to talk in front of these guys.
It'd be nice for you to come. I can either do the meeting on Tuesday.
So what I'm doing now is just having a look through the structural engineers pack. It's taken a long time, right? It's taken a few months for them to get this done. We've been waiting a long time, and now what we have to do is basically just look through it, make sure it works with our design, and see if there's any clashes with their structure and our floor plans, and basically bring in their information into our model. So I think that's what Maria's been working on over there. Just spin it around. So this is for the 23 flats that we're intending to build in North London. But yeah, as you can see, it's quite a complicated design. Lots of different elements, lots of things to think about. Also, we've got their piling design as well. So yeah, basically just working our way through all of their drawings. Then we've got to go back to them with any issues, any problems, and there's a little bit of back and forth. And then once we get their final set, that will then go out for tender. So in the new year, we're hoping to receive a few quotes for the piling, groundworks, and the RC frame, and that's a big chunk of the project there. So that's a big high value items. So that will give us a really good indication of the build costs. That being said, back to work.
She said, I see you be right, wanna see you be happy. What if I don't know how? What happens when you get to the top and it ain't what you thought and you cross all your T's and
So,
you...
are you looking into? Oh, NVH,
The staircase.
pieces.
I was looking at
Cool.
it.
Okay.
You're just looking at
Maybe
his
we
background.
can do something like that.
So-
You guys can recommend a product or something.
At the moment, Maria's working on our North London project, the 23 flats. There's a lot of coordination going on with the structural engineers pack, the mechanical engineers
Yes.
pack.
No, because obviously these are big. The big.
So yeah,
units,
we're just
so they're,
we're just trying to coordinate all of that at the moment.
obviously that will.
Nilesh is dealing with some other issues.
And obviously this will replace
We've
it.
got
and you
a
don't need
leak that's
boiler
appeared in
because
our
this thing acts like a boiler as well.
commercial unit, which is the co-working space. So we're just trying to figure out how that's happened. We've got Holly here is working on the Islington site.
Yes, that's right.
So we're just working on our interior design for the permitted development apartments.
But yeah, look, if you can have a look at
So
another
yeah,
option,
it's coming along nice.
obviously this is-
And now, yeah, Christine is not here. She's
To be honest,
on site today, and I'm gonna meet Danny, my business partner, on site at the Islington project. Just gonna check on progress, so we're gonna go and head over there now. Yeah, we're on our way to site now to check on progress on the Islington site. We're gonna be meeting Daniel there as well, Danny, my business partner. It's been a minute since I've been there, so looking forward to seeing some progress. Yeah, and you guys got a glimpse of the office. There's more to it. There's meeting rooms and breakout areas, and I might do another video on that another time. But it gave you guys a glimpse. Yeah, a lot of developers, a lot of SME developers in and around London usually have offices based on the outskirts of London where there's a bit more space, and they have their nice fancy offices as it's lower cost. But we really wanted to be positioned in north central London area. We like the North London area. It allows us easy access into all parts of London, and because our projects are based all over London, it was important to us that we had that sort of access into in and around London. So yeah, that's kind of why we're there, and also it's just a beautiful part of London. We can avoid the rat race, you know, easy access, but at the same time that sort of chilled pace of life. So yeah, we love it there. Some developers focus on specific areas, so that's where they will be doing the majority of their developments, and then other developers just kind of go wherever the opportunities are, and we fall into that latter category. So our developments are spread all over London. We've done stuff in South London, West, East, central-ish locations as well. So yeah, it was important that we had good access into London, all over London. We were in a different office space before. It was a larger space, a bit nicer. We had a larger team back then. We had a couple of big projects that we were working on, so we needed the space. We had more people, but when those projects ended, some of the people left, and now we have a more efficient, lean team, and we outsource a lot more things as well. We're just trying to keep our overheads down a bit. But yeah, at the moment the space suits us well, and it's perfect for what we need right now. I also work from home as well, so I kind of work between the two spaces. Sometimes I'm at home, sometimes I'm in the office, and sometimes I'm on site. Luckily I live very near to the office. I start working at home first, just early in the morning, just check through things I need to get done in the day, and then usually end up in the office for at least a decent chunk of the day. Doesn't always work that way, sometimes I need to be on site. When we're researching new sites as well, I'm out and about. But yeah, a lot of the times I do spend with the team. Because we do a lot of things in-house, we are principal contractor, we build our own projects. When you're dealing with live projects on site, you kind of need to be in that same space together. You need that connection at least a few times a week, I find, because it just helps to coordinate everything together. And a lot of times you have issues that arise on site or planning, and when you're dealing with problems, especially on a live project, it just helps to have the team there on hand to discuss, to deal with the issues and find solutions together. We've tried the remote thing briefly, and it does work to a certain extent, but as I said, when you're dealing with live projects on site, it can be quite hard. Project updates. Good news and some bad news. Well, not bad, but frustrating news. Start off with the good news, shall I? Recently, we've exchanged on the purchase of a new building, a new site. This is an existing building that we're going to be converting into residential units, and we know we can get 16 apartments in it. So we've not only exchanged, but during the due diligence phase prior to exchanging contracts, we also prepared a prior approval application. That's so that we can convert the space from commercial to residential. So that application has been submitted on the day that we exchanged on the purchase. So that's already in process, and we should be getting a response back within 56 days. Yeah, that's all in motion. We requested a longer completion date as well, so that the approval comes in on time, and also allows us a period of time to prepare the construction pack, the construction drawings, so that on the day that we receive the keys, we can jump straight in to construction and building these apartments out. The building is in great condition. Nothing to do externally at all. The windows are all relatively new as well, replaced 3 years ago. It also has an elevator in there, a lift. The stair core and the lift shaft and everything, that will all remain as is, and it will just be a case of reconfiguring the internal spaces to basically smash out these apartments, and we want to hold on to the building and rent the apartments out. So yeah, looking forward to cracking on with that. But yeah, and the frustrating news, as always, is related to planning issues. Just everything just takes so long in this country. It's the same story, guys. So for the 23 apartments that I was talking about earlier, that scheme has been recommended for approval a long time ago. It just needs to get through committee, and every month we're hoping that it will go into committee and the council bring up some niggly issue, or this time round they just outright said, you know, guys, we're sorry, but we can't fit you in. There's 3 larger schemes they need to get through into committee. You know, our one gets pushed to the next month. So certain schemes of certain sizes have to go through committee. The local authority can't just give permission. Significant schemes have to go through that process. So it is something we need to get through. Should be fine. We don't anticipate there being any issues, but it does need to go through that process, unfortunately. But this time round, they were not only apologetic, but they have suggested some ways that we can speed up the process by altering some of the conditions to be compliance conditions rather than conditions we have to discharge. To do that, we need to submit a few reports now while we're still waiting for the approval, so that those conditions that they would normally be putting in as conditions we need to discharge after we receive the planning approval, there'll be compliance conditions, because those reports will have already been submitted and will already have gone through that back and forth process with the local authority, ironing out any of those issues related to the conditions. So at least that's good. And they've also said that they want to make a lot of progress on the Section 106 agreement as well. So, you know, hopefully with all of these things happening, it shouldn't cause any further delays after we receive the approval. But yeah, still frustrating. And on the Islington project, the one that we're going to now, we're still waiting for this written feedback from the local authority. It's crazy. We submitted our pre-application report to the council 4 months ago. 4 months ago. We had our meeting with the local authority 4 weeks ago, over 4 weeks ago now. And we're still waiting for this written response. They're just, it's just a broken system in this country. It's so frustrating. We've still got a lot of things happening. We're not wasting any time. We're still, you know, progressing with drawings, designs, construction packs, quotations, tender packs, and all of this stuff is still happening in the background. So we're not wasting time, but it is a bit frustrating because we would like to know where we stand with things. So it is what it is.
I would have had a shave on when he was coming.
Basement, and you can just see through the gaps of all the floor layers, nearly all the way to the top. So as you've just seen, we've just done a walk around site. Noticed a bunch of issues that, quite frankly, we're not happy with. The guys who are actually working here are doing a good job, but there's just not enough guys to get the job done for a project this size. So we're going to have to go back to the office, speak to their boss, and I don't know, they need to figure a way around this. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to find someone else to take over. We have got 2 sets of subcontractors working on site now. The other guys are just popped across to one of our other sites to look into a few things for us, but they're going to be back here in the afternoon and moving on with their work. But as you can see, property developing is not always easy, comes with its challenges, not always glamorous either. At the end of the day, it's a building site, it's a live project, so just got to deal with each problem as it arises, but nothing we can't handle, nothing we haven't seen before, so it is what it is. It's a cold winter's day today. So we've just left site. Now I'm going to head back to the office and get the team to work on resolving all these issues. Going to try and schedule a call with the subcontractor and just find out what the hell is going on here, because as I mentioned, just not happy with a few things. Like bolts missing off joist hangers, brickwork not patched up properly, slow progress. I know they're just going to be full of excuses, but just need to figure out a way around this. No one's born knowing how to resolve all these issues. As you learn along the way, as you face these challenges and try and find solutions. I've been getting a lot of people messaging me and wondering how to kind of get into property developing, and they're afraid that they don't know how to, they don't know enough to start. They're afraid that they don't have all the knowledge. And what I would say is, just start, and you can figure out things as you go along. Obviously, you do need to know the basics, and for that, you can get yourself educated to a certain level. But after that, just start, get going. A lot of people procrastinate, and they say to themselves, "I'll start when this happens, I'll start when that happens, and once I get to that stage or that level, then I'll start." But it's just one excuse after another. So what I would say for any young aspiring developers out there who are thinking of making that plunge into the world of property developing, I would just say, just start the process. Find the site. Once you found the site, how are you going to buy the site? What are you going to do to the site? How are you going to build it? All of these things will start falling into place. So that's what I'm going to leave you with, guys. That's it. That's the end of this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Just gives you a little snapshot into my life, my working life. But I'll see you at the next one.